My name is Cindee Tine, and my current profession is I'm a physical therapist assistant and a massage therapist at Select Physical Therapy in Old Saybrook, Connecticut. My earliest memory of dancing was at home. I would put a record on the record player and dance around and have my dolls lined up and then move the dolls in different formations and dance around them. And also, my first recital, I was a chicken on stage. I danced with Jackie Lynn School of Dance in Middletown, and I remember being on stage, loving it, being in front, leading everybody at 4 years old, and I thought, wow, I'm hooked. I loved the lighting, I loved the costume, I loved putting makeup on, I loved the clapping from the audience. That was my happy place. So I thought, I want to be a dancer when I grow up. So I applied to SUNY Purchase in New York and Boston Conservatory of Music. And I got into both, and I decided Boston Conservatory of Music in Boston was my best choice. College was difficult because I had to balance academics and dance, and we had a lot of dance and a lot of academics. Well, my dad got laid off, and there was decisions going back and forth. Maybe I would have to leave college. Because they were also, I have an older brother who was going to Bryant University, and so they couldn't afford to going, so I got like 5 jobs. I worked at Ricky Jewelers, Obopan, who they gave me a scholarship for school. I worked at the Westin Hotel, and they gave me a scholarship for school, and I also was in a dance company. Well, out of college, I moved to New York, and I was in Frank Hatchett's dance company. We actually didn't get paid for that, but I was taking classes at Broadway Dance Center because I had a scholarship there. So my classes were free, so I could keep up with my technique. And from there, I kept auditioning, and you really learn from your auditions. You have to learn pickup. You have to learn that you have to be able to pick up dance moves fast because they make you do those combinations. So the first thing you had to do is walk up, say your name, your age, where you're from, and do a double pirouette. And then they cut from there. And then from there, they teach a combination. And then they cut. They teach a second combination, cut. And then there was gymnastics, and I was able to do gymnastics. And then they cut from there. And then they said, now you have to sing. And I'm not a singer. So, of course, that's when I got cut. So I knew when I sang Happy Birthday that I should just walk off the stage. But I learned a lot from the audition going through those steps, double pirouette, I kind of figured out what they were looking for, but I was just not a singer. And it was disappointing because it took all day to audition. And the Rockettes, I'm 5'3", and you had to be 5'7" or 5'8" at that time to get in the door. But I thought, you know what, I'll poof up my hair, put on high heels, but they measure you at the door. You have to take your shoes off, they plump down your hair, and I just didn't make the cut right then and there, and they won't let you in the door to even take the audition. So I tried. I was selected for Sesame Street Live to play Grover Monster, a national tour with including Canada. So I took that job, and throughout my career, I'm a member of Actors Equity and SAG. Touring for Sesame Street, I loved it. It's like a rock concert for kids. They get really, really excited with their characters. Just seeing the different cultures, all over the US and Canada, and, just making people happy, moving people, kids, adults, all that. I would say other highlights in my career was opening up a dance studio and having my own children perform on stage was really a highlight, really made me feel good. And also bringing opportunities to those students that they wouldn't normally have, such as we did the halftime show at the Orange Bowl in Miami. We performed for Disney World. We did performances for cancer. We did the Rockettes, which at that time was in New Britain, and we did the halftime show there. So just bringing other opportunities to get the girls exposed and the men exposed to other avenues of dance and not just recitals all the time, just other genres and locations, and that was fun. After many years of running the studio, my partner and I, my sister-in-law, decided that, she wanted to go back into teaching like elementary school, and my children, Emma and Thomas, were getting older and they had activities at night, and mainly I would teach at night. So I thought maybe this is a good opportunity to sell the studio and go into my next career, which as a physical therapist assistant for Select Physical Therapy. Yeah, they both complement each other because in physical therapy, you have to work on your body, strength, agility, balance, cardiovascular. When you're recovering from an injury, you have to work on strength, you have to work on range of motion. Same thing with dance. You're always, strengthening your body, being the best you can be.